Hey everybody, welcome to Wobble Studios. Today this is going to be my first video, and we're going to go through the main pieces that I use in my workflow and when I either mix down, produce, or master things in my studio. Everybody have some patience. This is my first video, so I will be getting better with things as I go along with them. Also, have some patience. I am sick, so hopefully I can make everything understandable and clear. So, for the first piece, it's going to be one of the main pieces here. It's this Raven MTI. It's a touchscreen control surface, and I use it in different programs like Ableton Live, Logic Pro, Pro Tools. I use Pro Tools mainly for mixing and mastering. I use Ableton for creative ideas, and just add something, press button, and then goes along. Boom, done. So on the next piece. Oh, also for this piece, I have different areas where I can actually have buttons for themselves, or I can create buttons. They have a bunch of different pre-made buttons that you can already add. Just click and then boom, select, close, and then it's ready. This one was transposed clip down 1 octave, so it'd have a transposed clip. Boom. Then I have a transposed clip down. Done. That's that button. So that's the Raven MTI. Great purchase. This is also the MTI 1, not the new MTI 2. So let's go over here. I have an MPC Renaissance. It's not on right now, so I can't really go into it, but it's a great piece. I used that or my Ableton Push, which is over here. Both have different purposes if I'm trying to get into more sampling or if I'm just trying to make a quick track. What I'll also do is I'll also take the CDJ and I'll hook it into this and use it for sampling too. Just put a CD into that and then start recording, just slicing the sample up and everything else. So for another piece, it's this is my most recent piece. It's called a Soft Tube Console 1. Sorry about that. And when you click that, it'll bring something else up, and that's when you'll have a gate right here, an EQ right here, or a compressor. There's also a drive button on this. So it's a really nice piece, and it's just a handy channel strip. You just put a plug-in onto each one of the tracks that you want right there, and it'll add it on. So then boom, you have the tracks ready to go, and you just can go to each different one on the actual control surface over here, so you don't even need to look. What some days I'll actually do is I'll take this MPC off and I'll put it on here. I'll take this monitor down too, and I'll actually spin this table so that I look right at my speakers. I don't have to look at my screen. I don't have to worry about any of that. I just listen to it, and I control the channel strip and make it sound how I want it to sound. It really comes in handy. This is just a sidecar, so it works out well. It also has a Focusrite Sapphire Pro 40. That was my first initial audio interface when I was starting. Worked well when I was starting, and it still works now. But I use it more as a patch pay than an interface. So, but these are 2 of my 500 series, and it's in a Rupert Neve lunchbox. They are 2 DBX 560A compressor limiters, and they work well for low end. I use them mainly on drums or like horns. I use a lot of horns in my productions, so it's a good compressor for that. Over here, we have an 11 rack. I got this mainly for the Pro Tools program. This cost me about $525 at Sweetwater, and it's a great purchase because it gave me a free upgrade too to Pro Tools 12. So it worked out well. And at that time, Pro Tools was like $700 or $799, $800. So this was cheaper, and I got the program with it. So I got a piece to actually use this with my guitar. I only have an acoustic electric guitar, so it works very well with that. I can actually create more of an electric guitar sound. Yes, I have amps and I have plugins on this that I can use to get the same sounds and kind of create that, but it's just easier. And the fact that I was buying this mainly for the Pro Tools 12, so it worked out well. It was a good purchase. So, and there's my push again. Nothing too special. Now in here are my main pieces. I love these pieces in here. These are 3 of the 4 favorite pieces. And let's just go top to bottom. This first piece is a SBL Mixstream XP Analog Summer. It has 16 channels, and it goes out to stereo. So this one right here is a Dangerous Music D-Box. It's an Analog Summer, only 8 channels, but it also is a monitor controller. I use it for both. So, and both of these Summers have different qualities and different traits on how they come out. The D-Box is a lot more pure. It just makes it very clear, makes it sound like how it should sound. The SBL makes it a little bit warmer, and it colors it a little bit. So it all depends on the personal preference and what kind of sound you're going for. I use them for different purposes, or even some the same purposes, but different, wanting a different sound. So it's the options of these, the capabilities is just limitless. So, and then the last piece right here is an Antelope Audio Orion 32. 32 in, 32 out. There's a lot more than that, but that's just the analog. You got the ADAT, and then you got some of the others. Has so many different ins and outs, and the converters on there are very high quality. If I didn't have as good of quality converters, I wouldn't be able to have the Summers. It's a necessity to have the top-of-the-line converter to have analog summing, because if you don't, it's just not gonna be worth it. You're gonna get not the best top quality sound from the very beginning, and even if it runs through the Summers, it's not gonna be able to do a lot with it. So you cannot let's just say this, you cannot save audio that from the beginning isn't a very good audio. You can restore it a little bit, but you're very limited on the options that you do, especially just going off of an Ableton or Pro Tools situation. You need special plugins to help with that situation. When you have good converter from the very beginning, it can work with that and use that. So you can never make bad audio better, but you can make good audio into something even better. So over here are my keyboards. I have an MPK 61. Right now it's just a kick drum. Yeah, nothing too special. But and then I have an IKEA Advanced 49. This piece was working very well and actually would be my main piece right now. But when the initial 1 point something update came out, I was like, hey, let's update it. I want to see how it works. And it crashed it. So right now it's not functioning. And but I'm excited to say there's a new update that just got released. I've been waiting for a while now trying to get this thing to work, and they finally released a 1.2 update. So we'll see how that takes us, and if so, I'll be able to do some tutorials with this and show you how to create some sounds. Also, if anybody's interested in me using some of these different pieces for their own learning, just send me a message and I'll be able to try to incorporate it. Like I said, this is my first video, so I will be getting better as time goes. Thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day.